Right, you are welcome to today's session of learning website designing. From where we ended the last time, today I would like to take us through the Visual Studio Code interface also. Then from here, whatever we'll be doing will be going on the Visual Studio Code. But don't worry, all those who are using the mobile phones can also follow through. It's the same code lines, nothing changes. It's the same code lines. But when you are using the laptop, I think for some of us it's more simpler, but the mobile phone does the same thing as the laptop. So you can follow through with the mobile phone, with your iPhones, with your Macs, everything is the same. Alright, so I am Mr. Godson. I'll be your lecturer for this section also. So we are looking at Visual Studio Code. As we can see here, this is how the application looks like. So you can just double click to launch it. I've launched it here already. So just like on the Treb Edit, the Visual Studio Code also has this interface. And to work with it, you first have to set up your folder or your project folder. So to do that, there are so many ways to do that, but I would like us to look at it this way. You can just minimize this and come and create a folder on your desktop. Okay, so we'll create a folder on our desktop, and then we'll give it a name, website designing. But this time around, we are batch 5, so we are going to use batch 5, so batch 05. That's the name I want us to give our folder. As we've created a folder like this, now we can go back to our Studio Code editor, Visual Studio Code editor. Then we can now open the folder from here. So we'll say open folder. I click on this and now go to the desktop to look for the folder. So batch 5. That's the name we gave to it. So I just look for batch 5 here on the desktop. Here is batch 5. Then I select folder from here. So it opens into our Visual Studio Code interface. So this is batch 5. This is batch 5. Alright, so let me just close this. Okay, let's try the router. Alright, so we are going to do all our works inside this very folder. Every work we'll be doing this time around will be done in this folder. We can expand it, we can collapse it. Okay, so this is the folder. Now inside the folder we can now create our file, just like what we did in the Treb Edit. So to create your file, you can either come here to create a new file, or it's just simple here for us. I just click on it, then it opens this way. Okay, so the first file we want to create is basics, just like in the Treb Edit, basics.html. But I want it to be in small letters, so remember the rules that govern file names. You don't leave spaces when creating files. So if you had watched the earlier videos, you would have known that by this time you don't leave space. So basics dot the extension HTML, that is what we are learning. Once you type it, you just hit enter and then we are good to go. This is our working space. So we are going to be using Visual Studio Code for our programming. Okay, and this is how to set up the Visual Studio Code platform. Now we are good to go. We are good to go. Alright, so we can now start typing our codes over here, just like we did inside the Treb Edit. So I can open my braces and type, as you can see. Okay, so everything works perfectly here for us. Remember, we said that when we start typing tags, every opening tag has a closing tag. So I was telling us in the previous video that when we have this opening tag, the closing tag comes with a /. That's what differentiates between an opening tag and a closing tag. Okay, we have not started anything yet. So we'll take the next video again where we'll start dealing with the skeleton of HTML as in the those using the mobile phones. Then we'll carry on from there. So we are going to end this session over here, but keep on with us. Keep on with us. In the next video, we'll go a little bit detailed. Thank you very much for joining us for today's